Alright, so I've already made 2 videos today, so I figured, why not number 3? I don't know if I'll post it today or tomorrow. I know I've seen a lot of people ask me about my opinions about the new update, the whole, let's see, the link slot potion update. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a discussion about it just because I've had enough people requesting my thoughts on this. So I don't mind the update. I know a lot of people are upset because it takes forever to grind. And I second that. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I think someone did the math. I know Spite said that if you did it consistently and each run took you under 2 minutes, then you can do it in over 12 hours, which that's asking for, you know, everything to go perfectly, and you can do everything in under 2 minutes, and you can get people in rooms, and you have the tickets for it, so it's like, it's, you know, best case scenario, you can do it in a little over half a day, which is not great. So I do think they will eventually, you know, make this easier so it's not, it doesn't take over half a day. I don't know that they'll times 5 it yet. I don't think they'll do that for a while, but I'm hoping they they just remove the limit of 5 times per day. If they could just do that, then that would be a lot better, just because you'd be able to set up a team that can auto it and you'd be able to do it. Right now, I can't see myself actively working to grind this. I will do some co-op streams and I'll, you know, give it a shot. But for the most part, I'll just be autoing in regular Inheritance Zone, just because I'd rather 10-10-10 than nothing. But yeah, until they make this a lot more, I guess, a lot more autoable, a lot more consistent, then I won't be actively trying for it. So it is kind of a bummer. As for the set abilities, the list of set abilities that got added, I do think they will eventually add more. There's no Frenzy, there's no Flurry. I did think that was kind of asking for a lot for them to add that. I do think they will eventually add that, but not right now. I can see why they would want to do a trial run of abilities and not immediately throw out Frenzy, throw out Flurry, and then if some characters, you know, that they overlooked comes up with a really ridiculously overpowered strategy, then you kind of can't take that away once it's given. So I can see why they would roll out some abilities first, and not, you know, not every ability. That said, some of the abilities on there are pretty good. I wonder if there's a list on here. The list isn't on here. I think it's probably because it's gonna get, you know, changed from time to time. But the list is some of the stuff in the list is pretty good. Like, you can get hidden enemies, you can get full stamina damage up, which is good for healers. You can increase the amount of damage characters deal to paralyzed enemies. If you have a character that is really good at paralyzing enemies, then that would actually be really good for that character. So some of the stuff on there, I do wish the list was a little bit better, but it's about as good as I thought it was gonna be for a first list. So, you know, that's about all I gotta say about that. But as for this, the only real complaint I have about this update, and like I said, well, actually the biggest complaint is that it takes forever. But they didn't actually take away anything from my characters. Like, they're still 10-10-10. They still have the increases that they got. It's not like the characters got worse. They just gave them the ability to get better if you dedicate significant percentages of your daily life to try to do it. The only thing I don't like that they did is that they took away the red. For example, if you 10-10-10 a character previously, your character's level would be red, and if you 5 out of 5 them, they'd be purple. I don't like that. I wish they would have left it red. They did say they were gonna come up with a new update that would be another color change for level indicator. I think they just made it toward red as max, and they're gonna add something in between. I think if it's at least 10-10-10, it's gonna be another color, and I think that's what they're gonna do because they already said that they were gonna change the level color to indicate progression. So I think they are gonna add something. As for what color it is, it might be orange, it might be blue. I think it'd be a good idea if it's blue because it kind of stands out from everything else. But I don't know when that's coming. I hope they do it soon though, because I don't like doing this. I don't like setting up a team and not knowing and not remembering off the top of my head who's 10-10-10 and who's not, because I have 2 accounts. So some characters are 10-10-10 in one account and not in another. So it kind of throws me off whenever I'm trying to edit something. The good thing is that, you know, when you do go to do the certain events that require you to have certain characters at 10, 10, 10, then the game won't let you select otherwise. I do think that helps, but I'd much rather they revert it to the way it was, where it's all colored. Like here, they must have at least 15% total level link slots, or 15 total level link slots to be eligible to run in this. And you know, they highlight the ones that are eligible, and the ones that are not stay, you know, conditions not met. It's just so much better when it was red. And they did say they were going to change it. I hope that's what they meant, and it's not like, oh, when it's level 100, it'll be this. I think they are going to just add another color in there and do it that way. But I don't know when that update's going to happen. But for me, it can't happen soon enough, because I miss my red color. That said, you can still see the red. You just have to complete the mission. After you complete the mission, where it tells you how long it took you to complete the mission, the characters are still red there. They kind of overlooked that. So if you're watching this, K-Lab, you missed the thing. I catch bugs for... Well, that sounds bad. I was gonna say I catch bugs for a living, which is... It's not wrong. I do technically catch bugs for a living, but it's like program bugs, not actual bugs. It was gonna sound weird. It was gonna throw you guys off. Anyway, but yeah, that's my thoughts on this update. It's a good update. It just... The grind is insane if you really want to do it, and the fact that you are only limited to 5 in one day per color is not good. It's just not good. And I do think they're going to change that. I think they probably rolled it out this way so that to kind of test the waters, kind of like a beta test to see if people, if it was too much or if it was too easy for people to do it. And I think the overarching answer is no. This is difficult. It's difficult to get the characters to be super, you know, powerful. The fact that it takes over one day or over half a day of non-stop playing to get one character to max link slot is ridiculous. And I do think they will change this. I just hope it's sooner rather than later. But we'll see. Who knows? They might also add different ways to do it. Like, we know we're getting another Senkaimon soon. They might have that as a reward there as well, and maybe try to balance it that way. I do think we're a long time away from seeing it be something you can auto at ×5. I don't think that's coming anytime soon, maybe in a year. But as long as they remove the limit for a day, I think it'd make things a lot easier, because you can set up a team that can auto it. For example, the out of the 5 colors that are out right now, I think the only one, not that I can auto, because I can set up a team for autoing other stuff, and I can 10 other characters to make them be able to auto this. The only team I have set up right now that I know can currently auto it is my power team, actually the team you see right here. And that's because 2 of the 3 characters I use in it are completely immune to being poisoned, and right now there's poison all over the floor. So that will likely change, and some of them will have burning floor, some of them will have poison, some of them won't have any, but they'll have other hazards or more characters that can inflict status ailments. So that, you know, you're gonna have to end up getting a good team to auto with. It's just gonna be a lot better when you can do more than 5 in a day. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this update. Overall, since they didn't take anything from me, or like make any character worse, I don't really care. that it, you know, I don't really have anything negative to say about it, other than it taking forever and the color change. The color change is probably the biggest factor here, because I can do with a character being as good as they were before. I just really wish I'd had that indicator. It'd be a lot helpful just to select a team, not even for the new inheritance trials, just for like inheritance zones in general or anything. It's just easier to be able to see at a glance which characters I have 10 and which I don't. It's definitely gonna become an issue, I think, when Senkaimon rolls around again, especially if it's a new Senkaimon. It's gonna actually be a problem, because I base a lot of my decisions on who I take on some of those harder floors, on whether or not they're 10 or not, because that kind of depends on whether I can beat it in under a minute or whether I can beat it at all. But yeah, that's it for my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys thought. I know a lot of people are on the negative side of this, because they're like, oh, well, that for them it ruined the game because it's a lot of grinding, but it didn't really take anything from the game. Like, the game is still exactly what it was before, except now there's this. So that's why I don't feel like, you know, it's that big of a deal. I just want my colors back. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'm gonna wait for the 10. I just noticed. Also, okay, it's 10. All right, bye.